An emotional memorial service being held here at the plant near Somerset West. Of course, we just over 3 weeks ago, 8 workers of Rheinmetall Denel Munion lost their lives in the tragedy when, of course, a building exploded on this premises. We know that since this tragedy has occurred, the communities of the surrounding Macassar, Firgrove, as well as outlying areas such as Mfuleni, where some of the workers hail from, have been upset. They have been trying to come to terms with this tragedy, which of course robbed them of their loved ones. Now, this memorial service here today having been opened by the company to members of the public so that they can come and pay their last respects to family members, loved ones. Of course, we've also heard from co-workers of those who had died in this explosion, telling anecdotes of their colleagues, and also family members as well as representatives of churches and so on, talking about those who had lost their lives. Of course, the names of those 8 victims had been released a week ago by the company following the conclusion of DNA testing, which had been concluded last week. And of course, just behind me, you'll see that there are boards with photographs of the deceased that have been displayed as the broader community as well as family members and members of the community come together. Of course, also the community here of this company themselves saying that they are still grappling to come to terms with the loss of their loved ones. Now, immediately after the blast, there was quite a bit of community outcry about this event, which claimed these lives. And of course, we've heard quite a number of the members of the community saying that this plant, for example, should be moved. We do know that at a memorial service held at a nearby church a few weeks ago, also the Cape Town Mayor, Patricia de Lille, saying that it's time that this plant be moved and not be in such close proximity to the surrounding community. Now, just now, paying tribute to one of the people that had died in this accident. That's, of course, the 41-year-old Nico Samuels. He was a plant supervisor at this plant here near Somerset West, and a spokesperson on behalf of his family, Mr. Jacob Jafter, saying, actually asking the CEO of the company to stand up, saying that he apologizes on behalf of the community for those comments that happened shortly after this explosion, saying that he does not deserve the comments that was directed towards him. Of course, we've heard from other members also saying thank you to the company for their support. We know that they have been meeting with family members since this incident occurred on the 3rd of September. And of course, behind me, you'll see that the memorial service is still underway. Now, specific funeral arrangements have not yet been released. We expect that will happen towards the end of this week. And of course, we'll be keeping a close watch on when those funerals are expected to take place in a final farewell to those victims who lost their lives here in this explosion.